Hey guys, I believe we are live. I hope the sound is not too intense. Just if it is, tune down the volume a little bit. Can you guys hear me out okay? Yes, Ronaldo, that is my grand entrance. You are 100% correct in saying that. It's so freaking cool to be here. I've been looking forward to this. Last week just didn't feel that great. This week, I'm feeling great. So I can do the show. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Barista Vape Co. Guys, what do we do here? I'm just testing a couple of flavors neck and neck. It's pretty much an excuse just to mix some stuff up and try them out and see exactly what the differences are between them. Of course, we got in Molenberry, and the way I like to do my testing is take some of my, the concentrates in a specific category that I reach out to, take the new concentrate that I have, mix them up all together, and taste them neck and neck. And that's the deal. So just a couple of things first, and this is probably one of the only things I want to shout out tonight. In the description of this video, you will find a link to a GoFundMe. That's for Kindground, aka Philip. He's in the mixologist group. He's in most of the Facebook groups. He has been doing content for us for, since I can remember. And now we have an opportunity to give back to him. He's been diagnosed with esophageal cancer, stage 4. So we have to just, come together as a community and just give back to him. That's the deal. And that's what we're going to do. There's going to be a cool fund rally or raiser. I think it's going to come from Daytime Frank. But the whole community, whatever channel it's on, the whole community is going to come together. There's going to be raffles. There's going to be prizes. And through all of this, plus everybody contributing to the GoFundMe, we are going to give back from a community perspective to Kindground, which is pretty cool to be part of a community that's doing this. I'm stoked to be part of a community that is doing this. If you are stoked to be part of a community that's doing something like this, hit the like button, guys. It's nice to have you here. Just want to say hello to the people out in chat. Hippie Vapes. Yeah, love me some pineapple too, my dude. Hippie Vapes is one of those guys that I kind of like follow his stuff. I just kind of like look at his recipes. I 100% got the grape combo from TFA grape juice and FA white grape or grape white. That combination is a beautiful pairing for like a grape juice pairing, and I kind of stole that from Hippie Vape. So welcome, Hippie. Laurie. Welcome, Laurie, Barista Vape Co. Yes, I'm freaking late, dude. I'm freaking late. Like I said, Ronaldo, how's it? Nice to have you here. Daytime Frank, very cool. DTF. Everybody, go look for those 3 little dots next to DTF's name and go subscribe to his channel. He's also got a Facebook group out. Subaru Nerd Vapes, nice to have you here. Nick Evans. Nice to have you here. I've been hearing some cool things in the grapevine. I'm really looking forward to see what's gonna happen. Then Papa Chigley, hey, always cool to have you here. Papa Chigley, we have released our first recipe now for roasting for the tropical fruit juice. So I am planning to mix up your recipe for that show as well. So for everybody that doesn't know, for the mixed show that that we do on Sundays, the live show, which is collaborative mixing, not just the TAV team, it's literally everybody in the chat helping us out get to a profile that we are chasing together. It's pretty fun. Join in. Pencil it in your diary. We've got one recipe out with the judges already. and it is the mango, guava, and lychee recipe. So if you want to know what's in that recipe, you'll have to go and look at the description of the tropical fruit juice videos, and the latest one will give you the latest variation of where we were. Not much change to it. So if you're interested in a mango, guava, lychee combination, go and check it out. Ollie Christensen, very nice to have you here. Danny B, nice to have you here. And Tammy, so cool to have you here, Tammy. Yeah, guys, so, happy to be here, like I said. Looking forward to this pineapple thing. There was some time back where I was thinking, I'm going to just make the most incredible, in your face, cool pineapple juice hit thing. You know what I mean? I just really wanted to do it, but somewhere along the line, I just didn't find the right pineapple. We have a local pineapple here that I really enjoy, which is CBE double pineapple. However, it is a little bit, when you push it, it goes a little bit candy. There's a little bit of a dusty element as well, so you can't really pair it with like a strawberry or that kind of thing. And then that dustiness or that earthiness kind of shows up. And yeah, that's where I left everything from a pineapple perspective. What we have tonight, though, so I took two favorites. When I say favorites, is things people are reaching for, which is TFA pineapple. This is the no-flyer pineapple. It's not that easy to get your hands on it. A lot of people might not even have it. It's a no-flyer. I mean, it gets shipped shipped with special goods, and it's a little bit more expensive here in South Africa. This is it. This is the no-flyer. It's a no-flyer when it has that two little dots at the end there, from BLCK. This is the no-flyer. I got it. We're testing it out tonight. So I've got a paper here. I'm prepared. So, if we look at the market share, okay, so what I'm testing tonight is Cap Golden Pineapple, which is something I kind of know what to expect from, Cap Golden Pineapple, TFA Pineapple, which is the no-flyer, MB Funky Pineapple, which is a new but popular one, and VT Sugarloaf Pine, which is something I've recently tasted, and I haven't done single flavor testing on it yet. So my gut feel is that we should start with Cap Golden Pineapple, but I'm able to, I'm negotiable on that and TFA Pineapple. So what do you guys want me to test first? Cap Golden Pineapple or TFA Pineapple? You guys can just throw it out in chat what you want to see tested first. Oh shit, I actually didn't make a list of what to look for. Damn. Guys, what are we looking for when we do pineapples? I think we're probably going to be talking about smooth hash / harshness, right? We need to say candy realistic, right? Candy realistic. Even though, I mean, the authentic fruit, the authentic fruit actually tastes a little bit like candy. It's just so good. Then I think we should look at sweetness, of course. That's something I would look for. So Tammy is saying, so bitterness. I think bitterness, sweetness and bitterness. Let's just put those two together. Because, it has to have like a, not bitterness, but like a acidic vibe to it. That like zing. Juiciness. Yes, Tam Vapes. Juiciness. Okay. Is there anything else? Hey, Lady Loves Vapor. Nice to have you here. Welcome. So we're looking at pineapples. We've got a list together of smooth, harsh, right? Candy, realistic, sweet, bitterness, juiciness. Um, I think the opposite of juiciness would be chalky, right? Although I don't think we're going to get chalkiness here, but we'll probably get less juicy, so I will talk about that, because if something is a little bit less juicy or not that juicy, it might be used better in other applications. Like something juicy would be better for like a beverage kind of thing. Dustiness, yes. Nick Evans, you are on the ball. Dustiness. You know what else I want to look at tonight as well is so pine. You get like pine notes that almost feels like spikes in your mouth. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that, but if I, when you vape FLV mango, you get that pine sort of note in there, and it's almost like pine needles. I'm going to be looking for that also. So, guys, what do you want to see first? Nobody has suggested anything, so I'm going to start with cap. I've mixed up everything at 2.5. Okay. So what we have here is cap golden pineapple is the most favorite with 2,500 recipes on ATF. TFA pineapple is the second favorite with 1,250. Right. Then after that, it's Inawera. Okay. Just throwing it out there. I haven't mixed up Inawera tonight. I went with two sort of new upcoming pineapples, which is MB Funky Pineapple, which I'm hearing a lot of, and VT Sugarloaf Pine. Okay, so we're going to start out with Cap Golden Pineapple. So, excuse me. Let's do this, guys. Ching. Ching, ching. I kind of know what to expect with Cap Golden Pineapple, but it's always nice to have your notes ready so that you can really think about it when you're doing your testing. It works better that way. It somehow just hones your senses in on what you're trying to find. Yeah, at 2.5%. Okay, I'm using 22 flavor actives at 2.5%. Cap Golden Pineapple, it doesn't feel as bright as I think, like that acidic zing to it. That's my very initial impression of this. It also feels like a top note, a very prominent top note, and it feels like there's a hole sort of at the bottom. So there's no problem with that. You can use that. It just feels like it's just registering very high. And with that, I'm getting a little bit of sweetness. Yeah, Nick Evans, I think freshness. Rind, yeah, maybe rind is a good thing. So wouldn't it be called skin, pineapple skin? I don't know. God. Floral. Yeah, let's put floral in the mix. Okay. So with Cap Golden Pineapple, it really feels like a pineapple that would be pretty versatile. However, it's it's not as bright as I expected it to be as a single flavor. At 2.5%, I feel that it needs to go up a little bit more, even though it's suggested. Let me just quickly browse to ATF flavors. I think it's suggested as 2.4 on ATF. Yeah, it's 2.4 on ATF. You would have to layer this pineapple with something, you know? You would have to layer Cap Golden Pineapple with something. There's not much for me to say here. I'm not getting dustiness. I'm not getting that much juiciness. I'm not getting any rind. I am getting a little bit of pineapple, not that much though. It doesn't feel that realistic to me. It feels like it could be on the edge. Like you could use it for both, depending on what you pair this with. If you pair this with the jelly candy, you can take it into something more candy or like a beverage. Candy, sort of artificial, flavored pineapple. On the realistic side, I guess if you look for syrupy elements and other concentrates and you pair it with this, you would be able to get that sweet golden, but the acidity is kind of lost for me over here. That zing, it's not here. It is smooth though, and but I am feeling no harshness. Oh guys, I don't use any nicotine. I don't use any nicotine at all. Floral at 2.5, zero floral. Yeah, Daytime Frank is saying it would work well in a bakery or a pizza, you know. Didn't Pippa use this? What did Pippa use in her pizza? Did she? This is Cap Golden Pineapple sub vapes. So I think it's a middle of the road. I think this pineapple would be perfect for somebody just starting out. I think it'll be quite forgiving. Even if you push it a little bit. I don't think it's a bad concentrate at all. I was just expecting a little bit more from it. You know what I mean? And but that's why we do our single flavor testing, I guess. Now the next one that I'm interested in, just off the nose, this one really smells delicious, and this is the TFA one. For some reason, I haven't tried this one. I bought it. I wanted to try it. I just never tried it. So I'm going to give this one a whirl. So I just want to quickly take a vape break. Is there any questions on Cap Golden Pineapple that you guys want me to answer? Daytime Frank, this is not going to become that show. Mm-mm. Tammy hasn't whirled TFA yet, so let's give it a whirl. Let's give it a whirl. With it's winter here, and it's becoming pretty frosty at night, so VG is thickening up quite a bit. And for everybody that's shaking up their mixes up in winter, I'm happy I don't live that life anymore because VG is getting thick, boy. Thick. So thick. Okay, here we go. Let's try it out. Now, this one smells quite good for me. But yeah, let's see how it vapes. Mm. Okay. So I'm just gonna do one more drip there. Just one more drip. Okay. Yeah, this is quite yummy. It reminds me more of um, like pine nut, that soda drink, or Fanta pineapple. Excuse me. So from a smooth and harshness side, I'm quite sensitive. I didn't at 2.5%. I didn't get anything harsh. So I think you can successfully use this without adding any harshness to a mix. Um, I think, yeah, at 2.5%, at 2.5%, it's definitely full on registering in a flavor hattie, 100% registering. Candy and realistic. This for me, like I said, it feels way more candy. However, I'm sensing like a slight syrupiness to it, you know. So it reminds me more, when I say candy, actually, thinking about it now, those processed pineapples, that's in the syrup. It kind of tastes like that thing. It tastes like, I would say more like that, and that's something between sort of like a sweet syrupy pineapple. Arshad, I've only tried Cap Golden Pineapple, and with Cap Golden Pineapple, it just at 2.5%, it wasn't registering as much as I thought it would. I thought it was a good middle of the road pineapple. With now I'm tasting TFA pineapple. We're just running through the things here. So I think, again, this one is sitting on the fence, but because it has that syrupiness, I think TFA pineapple would work great in a bakery, or something bakery like. The sweetness is there. There's no bitterness, a slight zing of acidity, which, is kind of covered up by that syrup. Juiciness, no, more syrupy. Dustiness, I think if you push this, you're going to start getting it. No, I'm not getting any pineapple skin, pineapple rind. I think this will become floral. It's quite potent. It feels like it's quite potent. I think if you push it, there's a slight acidity, Dr. Thor. But if you think about eating a processed pineapple, you get a slight acidity and it's covered with sugary syrupness. It's exactly the same thing. This is what I'm getting from it. But it's actually quite delicious. TFA pineapple, it's a good pineapple. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised by this one. Let me do one more drip. Yeah, man. I think you could, for me, so far, I'd probably be recommending TFA so far, just between the two. It's really delicious, but I'll be recommending it between the two for, if you want to use it as a baked element. Or if you are, looking at that syrupy sort of pineapples in a jar, or in a can, that kind of thing. That's where I would recommend you use TFA pineapple. It really is delicious. Okay, guys, now the next thing. Oh, and sweetness. It's sweet, guys. TFA pineapple, it feels sweet. It feels sweeter than Cap Golden pineapple for me. Now, the next one that we have is, now I want to keep the underdog for last, right? And the underdog here, according to the stats, is MB Funky Pineapple. At 23 recipes, it's used on ATF. and then Sugarloaf Pine is used in 84 recipes. So I think the next one should be VT Sugarloaf Pine. Now this one smells delicious. Is there any questions about TFA pineapple that you guys want me to answer? If you do, just put them out in chat, guys. There we go. Got this little old school IPVD2. I mean, this thing is so old. I've covered it up with with other spray because it just has so many scratches on it. It's super tiny. It's probably one of my second mods. Yeah, I think it's maybe my second or my third mod that I bought. Has to be more than 4 years old. This thing has to be almost 5 years. Okay. Now with VT Sugarloaf Pine, the first thing that I noticed with this is it has more body. It has more body than Cap Golden Pineapple and TFA Pineapple. It feels like the pineapple note itself is not registering as high as the TFA. This, in actual fact, has a little bit of body to it, a slight syrupiness to it. Between TFA and VT Sugarloaf Pine, I think if you want to categorize pineapples, those two belong in the same category, right? Syrupy pineapple, not super, super fresh. Feels like something that has been canned. That's what we are with VT Sugarloaf Pine. But VT Sugarloaf Pine has got a little bit of like a fleshy, like a cream behind it that imitates that, like a little bit of body to it. Even getting sugar lips from this concentrate, it's kind of complete. You don't have to really do much with VT Sugarloaf Pine. It's a decent pineapple. I mean, you could literally just put a little bit of sweetener and a coolant in here, give it to somebody that loves pineapple, and they should be happy. And it's potent as well. At 2.5%, it's like full on in your face pineapple. Okay. Smooth, yes. Harsh. It has a little bit of acidity to it. It's not harsh though, but that acidity, it's like a pineapple blast, but it's not like a chesty sort of harshness, right? It's more like a mouth harshness. Candy realistic, on the fence with this one. Feels like canned pineapple to me, with backed up with a little bit of cream. Sweetness, yes. Sweet. Bitterness, no. Juiciness, not juicy at all. I think it's more syrupy, way more syrupy, and it has a little bit of cream behind it, but not enough to make this thing feel like a pina colada, that kind of vibe. But I think if you wanted to, you could add like cream to this or yogurt to this, and it will be a pina colada. That creaminess, that fleshiness that they built in there would blend well with cream, and it would be quite a decent pina colada. I'm not getting any skin or rind from this at all. I think this will go floral after 2.5%. I think it will get a little bit crazy. It might get a little bit crazy. after about 2.5%. But wow, what a yum pineapple, man. This is a yum pineapple. VT has done such a beautiful job here. Well done, VT. This is something. This is definitely something. Yeah, a little bit more processed. Feels like it's not as bright as a pineapple could be. A little bit more syrupy. I wonder if they do that to calm it down slightly. I think pineapple can be quite sort of in your face. That those pine notes, they could be quite intense. All right. So, any questions on VT Sugarloaf Pine, guys? If you're looking for a little bit more of a processed pineapple, something you can use in a bakery, or something that you can use in a beverage, maybe not as a like a pineapple soda, but maybe as a pina colada, I would recommend VT Sugarloaf Pine. Honestly, where I'm standing right now with them, Golden Pineapple, I was the least impressed with. TFA, I'm quite impressed with. It has a unique, you know, scent to it as well. VT Sugarloaf Pine, it feels like it's not so much a top note like TFA, but a way more complete pineapple. It feels a little bit more realistic, but it does feel a little bit more processed. So that's where we are. I think out of the lot, if I'm going to recommend one, I'm probably going to be recommending VT Sugarloaf Pine a little bit more now because it just is so delicious. Sorry guys, I just want to pop the chat out. I think my chat. Why are you guys so quiet out there? So quiet tonight. Is everybody just listening to me speak? Okay. Last but not least. So, what is quite surprising is I haven't been tasting any dustiness from any of these at all. I think the one that's closest to a dust note would be TFA. Yeah, so Funky Pineapple. Who has tried Funky Pineapple out in chat? Frank, are you enjoying it? Just some ASMR, some vaping AMSR, yeah, AMSR. Are you guys into it? Some vaping ASMR. What does that sound like on headphones? If anybody has the headphones on, what does that sound like? Is that intense? Okay. I'm pretty stoked to try this MB pineapple, funky pineapple, to be honest. I've been hearing good stuff about it, but haven't tried it myself. Dean Taylor is saying it's good stuff. Tam is saying it sounds sizzling. Okay, so let's do this. So 2.5% is a little bit low for funky pineapple. They're suggesting it must go higher, right? But I want to get a sense of everything tested together exactly the same. So 2.5%, it almost feels like I'm not getting the full impression of what this pineapple really is. But you know, what I am sensing with this is that it's kind of in the same boat as VTA. It feels like it's got a little bit more body to it, even at 2.5%. You know what? I want to just drip a couple more drops with this. And just spin it up for 2 seconds. 2 seconds. So that I can give, I mean, of course, I can already say this is, it's way weaker than the rest of them. You know, maybe golden pineapple is close to the same intensity as this. I don't know. I wasn't enjoying the golden pineapple. Maybe there's something wrong with my golden pineapple. I've just put a couple of drops in there and I'm just spinning it on my magnetic stirrer just for a second. Just so it blends. So I can get an idea. That was steeping for a day. But I really want to just see how it vapes. Just a little bit more intense. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I just doubled it up. I literally just doubled it up. So out of the 4, it's way weaker. From it's delicious. It is delicious. I think this one, let's talk about it. So smooth harshness, none of that. Candy realistic. I think this is a little bit more candy for me, right? Sweetness, yes, sweetness. It's very sweet. Juiciness, I think out of the lot, this one is the most juicy. There is, I mean, it does have a slight syrupiness that I'm sensing as well to it. Dustiness, no. Rind, no. Floral, no. Not getting any of those. But if I'm going to make a soda or pop or whatever we call it, I'm going to probably reach for this. Mr. Baboon King. Hey, what's happening? That's one of my colleagues. Shout out to Mr. Baboon King. So yeah, MB Funky Pineapple, you have to double it up. Otherwise, you just, it tastes a little bit more sweet than VG at 2.5%. With very little pineapple notes. That when you double it up to, you know what, who was suggesting 5%? Dean Taylor. Dean Taylor was suggesting 5%. Yes, when you double it up to 5%, you know, it registers. And I think, I'm not sure how this is going to last. But you know, this is, I'll feed back on this video if any of them do fade. But as far as I'm concerned now, the ones that I'm the most impressed by, I would say TFA for just a different kind of top note. When it comes to similar things, I would say TFA and VT are very similar, and they both giving me like a syrupy canned pineapple, right? Then the one that's slightly different, I think a little bit more fresh, is MB Pineapple. However, with MB Pineapple, it's way weaker. So you have to double up what you normally do with these other pineapples. So I had to double it up. So it's not really fair, you know, because I'm not tasting it neck and neck. But you know, if you want to get any taste out of that pineapple, you have to be at around 5%. Yeah, it's fancy meeting you here also, Mr. Baboon King. Okay, guys. So that is my recommendation. I would suggest MB Pineapple, MB Funky Pineapple for sodas. If you're looking at, or candy, bright candies, you'll have to pump it though. You'll have to crank it. VT Pineapple and TFA Pineapple, I would suggest for bakeries or creating, you know, I would say with VT, creating like pina coladas or something with a pineapple note that's got some cream behind it. I think it will pair beautifully. TFA, if you want to layer one of your other pineapples with another pineapple, just to give you something a little bit more potent, I would actually look at TFA because there's not as much cream behind it, so you won't get any muting or any funny business with it. It will actually layer quite well with another pineapple. Cap Golden Pineapple, if you're new to pineapples and you just want to get a sense of, do I like pineapple or don't I like pineapple? I think it's a good middle of the road. There's plenty recipes with it, so it is something that needs to be in your stash. There's tons that you can mix up with Cap Golden Pineapple. But yeah, guys, that's the showdown. That is the freaking showdown. All right, guys, before I close off, just a couple of things, but first of all, Kindground. Anybody that has the link is also in the description of this video. You can throw that link out in chat now. Arshad Babu, before I carry on, favorite of the four. I'm going to say, out of the lot, I'm most impressed by VT, Sugarloaf Pine, and then second would be MB Funky Pineapple. Those two for me, they imitate a pineapple the best out of the bunch. I think they have some body behind them, but the two will be used in very different applications. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So Kindground, he's been diagnosed with esophageal cancer, stage 4. It's our opportunity to give back. Go look at the GoFundMe in the description below. Then a couple of channels that you need to check out. Daytime Frank, he is in the chat right now. Go check out Daytime Frank. You can go and subscribe. Daytime Frank, if you have your channel, just chuck it out in chat there. Thanks, Tammy, for throwing the GoFundMe out for Kindground. Fresho3, go look at his channel. He drops amazing content all the time. Plenty live shows. DIY Down Under, awesome channel. Developed and Mixed Vixens are channels that I follow that I enjoy. And that is pretty much it. Guys, if you like this video, and if you have suggestions on a showdown that I have to do, flavors that I need to compare together that you would like to get some feedback on, you can just either put it on the comment section below, or you can put it on Mixologist. I'm just going to quickly put Mixologist out for you. Now, Mixologist is the Facebook group that is pretty much powered by the TFV team. It's South African, but we have plenty of people from across the world in this group, guys. So there's also a link in the description for that. But if you are on Facebook and you're looking for a group, there's the group. I've just thrown it out. Thanks, guys. Remember to like and subscribe. And it was cool hanging out with you. It was very cool. Cheers, guys.